Hello, it's the CryptoQ Media back on my channel. Is XRP still a negative for you? Please turn your attention to me for just a second. Something shocking is going to happen. This is all quite bizarre. Distribution, issue, RL, and USD are all soon to be announced. There will be far-reaching consequences of this. And considerable increase in the price of XRP is probable. The main purpose is this. Watching this video will teach you all that and more. Please hit the like button and turn on notifications if you are bullish on this type of content and would like to receive more XRP information so that you don't miss a second of this bull market. So, let's get right down to business. The issuance and distribution are the following items on the schedule. As is evident from the display, this is essentially a method of payment. The issuer, seller, and customer are all parties engaged. This might be a Visa or a more traditional form of payment. A product's custodian is the individual currently holding the item S. Can you confidently say that the salesperson is on board somewhere in the center? A deal is struck. If we pay using Visa, for instance, the money will go to Visa, where it will be processed and subsequently sent to the customer. Things get intriguing from here on out because, at their core, discussions concerning credit cards are ultimately about the capacity to perform transactions. To facilitate that change, a sustaining mechanism must be set up. You may say that USD will serve as a medium of exchange between RL and it. The recently launched stablecoin, which is backed by XRP, is currently testing on men. Things are about to get steamy. What does it mean to stress X or talk about the professional configuration of the RLUSD wallets? These digital wallets are handed out. These are the people in charge of distributing RLUSD. Who is that? Then banks, financial sectors, exchanges. Why? The fact that these have been peddled by professionals is supported by evidence. This wasn't tossed into a wallet by accident, clearly. These purpose-built wallets can be linked to previous stable currencies used in the financial sector and enable several SIGs. Rolling of the video is imminent. Observational abilities come into play here. 10 accounts in particular have piqued my interest, so it's really crazy. Since we already know this is pointless, it doesn't impress me. Because of how well they are organized, I think they are extraordinary. Got it? Therefore, my point is what following is an examination of an account that surfaced yesterday with 1000 XRP, swiftly activated 10 accounts with 20 XRP each, and thereafter established each account in a compliant and professional manner, as expected of an account functioning in a business setting. Several of these accounts will now be examined. There are several choices. I'll select option 9. This narrative has a couple of interesting parts. For example, it has a multi-sig. The activation of multi-sig occurred immediately after configuration. On top of that, it has two very interesting configurations: token deposit auth and token authorization, that you may expect to find there, so you can look into these further. To illustrate, consider a handshake between an issuer and a counterparty account. The require auth function, here symbolized by the token auth, acts as a trust line along this line. On top of that, it's useful since it gives a simple example. I can assure you that currency is safe. This document provides a clear and concise explanation of its use in a stable currency issuance system. As a result, accounts designed to take part in the stablecoin issuance and redemption processes are popping up more and more frequently. Also, in my opinion, they are highly competent to serve as the distribution accounts. For instance, a multi-sig is indeed active, and their configuration is nearly indistinguishable from the distribution accounts. One example is its deposit authentication feature. Despite the interesting nature of this area, verification is also required. It is my belief that we can expeditiously investigate that matter here. Now, I'd want to bring up the topic of token authentication. There are several signatories to this account, which is currently serving as Palau's distribution hub. By the way, it has a token off as well. A deposit is the only thing that is lacking. If you check out these other accounts, though, you'll see that I don't think it will be a problem for them. A few of the accounts didn't have the multi-signer feature turned on, so I had to shoot the video again. For example, this most current one didn't, and this account had a slew of signatories added just 5 minutes ago. Yeah, I had to reshoot the video because it wasn't previously. It follows that they are all expertly set up. Personally, I believe they would be fantastic fit for the distribution account. I hope that helps paint a picture of what's to come and, more importantly, why it's happening. This begs the question, will every last dollar be taken out since the Ripple team created XRP? It's obvious that everyone is looking forward to it. Why is this such a big deal is probably what you're asking. These are only a few examples of the numerous massive partnerships that are integrating with Ripple at the moment. There is a common thread when we examine them in terms of possible licensing or the dates they arrive. We are developing major agreements. Important coalitions are coming together. Actually, Ripple has collaborated with multiple of these growing financial industries. Returning to the Dubai International Finance Center is one such option. October 23, Massive is SBI Holdings, and in August 2024, they will receive the expanded MPI license. The Brazilian bank accelerated the transfer of monies from the UK and EU that arrived on September 23. Of course, all of these wallets will also be available. We have already covered the top bank in Brazil and DZ Bank as XRP investors. There are many more, like American Express and HSBC, among others. If this partnership is formalized, it will be quite fascinating. Because of this, distributors may comprise some of these individuals who either distribute to holders or institutions or, more importantly, who are required to be released in order for the Rlusd stablecoin to be released. Many people said we were kilometers away. This caught many people off guard. A price rebound has occurred, and it appears to have finally reached a peak. Sure, it hasn't taken off just yet. The good thing is that we do talk about Ripple at about 60 cents. We've gone over this before, but this is really important. Investors are kept from getting overly enthused by the SEC file, Siri. We have not received any updates as of yet. In reality, Gary Gans is trying to hop on the Kamala Harris Treasury bandwagon by pursuing other targets. But the 130.5 million verdict has done little thus far. From my vantage point, the flood then rises. After that, I think everything we've planned over the last year comes to fruition. I believe that alliances will form. Who has been secretly buying XRP, whose books it is held on, and who takes the lead will become clear when Rlusd is accessible for purchase, in my opinion. Also, remember that the most successful people are often the ones who take the initiative. Your attention in seeing my web video is greatly appreciated. Farewell for the time being, and I would greatly appreciate it if you would subscribe and like my channel.